Reba is ready to reclaim her crown on The Voice Season 28. As Reba McEntire returns to her red coach's chair along with all her other exciting ventures, it's hard to imagine how she manages to find time to sleep or bake up a batch of her seriously addictive signature cookies. When you realize just how busy McEntire is, it certainly makes sense why she has a go-to room in her home to secure some me time. But being the multitasking pro that she is, McEntire still finds time to travel with her son, Shelby Blackstock, and have plenty of laughs with her love, Rex Lynn. So what else has McEntire been up to since we last saw her on The Voice? Read on to get updated on what's happening these days with the country sweetheart. What is Reba McEntire doing now? McEntire's schedule has been jam-packed, and there are zero signs of her slowing down anytime soon. Beyond returning to The Voice as a coach in Season 28 with Snoop Dogg, Niall Horan, and Michael Bublé, McEntire has been busy with her NBC sitcom, Happy's Place. In February 2025, the comedy, which also stars her IRL bestie Melissa Peterman and boyfriend Rex Lynn, was renewed for a second season, which is set to premiere on NBC this fall. In other acting news, McEntire announced in January 2025 that she's producing and starring in the film adaptation of Fannie Flagg's New York Times best-selling novel, The All-Girl Filling Station's Last Reunion. I've always been a fan of Fannie Flagg and her writing, and it's been an honor to call her my friend for the past decade, McEntire told Deadline. I cannot wait to work with this incredible team to bring another one of her special stories to life on the big screen. McEntire has also been busy working on new music. At the 60th Academy of Country Music Awards in May 2025, hosted by McEntire, the Grammy winner debuted Trailblazer, a new single with Lainey Wilson and Miranda Lambert. McEntire explains on her website that the new song is a heartfelt tribute to the pioneering women of country music who paved the way for future generations. Earlier in 2025, McEntire appeared at NBC's Opry 100, a live celebration, where she performed The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia with Trisha Yearwood and danced all night with Lynn in the audience. Reba's Place, McEntire's restaurant in Atoka, Oklahoma, is also thriving. Local news station KXCI reports that more than 300,000 guests from all over the U.S. have dined at the restaurant since it opened in 2023. And by the looks of menu items at Reba's Place like the Bloody Mary, biscuits and gravy, and dill pickle cheese curds, it's easy to see why. Reba McEntire is the happiest she's ever been with her boyfriend Rex Lynn. On March 28, 2025, McEntire celebrated her 70th birthday and revealed a few simple life tips for feeling her best in this new decade of her life, one of them being her longtime boyfriend. Lots of hydration, lots of sleep, eat good, and be happy. Being happy is the main thing. I think I am the happiest I've ever been in my life, the country legend told Extra in May 2025, adding that Lynn is the main reason behind her happiness these days. He's the love of my life and we have so much fun together, she said. He supports me, I support him. We really love working together, hanging out together, whatever we do together, we have fun. Reba McEntire is excited to reunite with nice people on The Voice Season 28. In May 2025, McEntire appeared on Late Night and Lit Up when Seth Meyers brought up the news of her returning as a coach for The Voice Season 28. "Oh my gosh," she said with a big smile, adding that she did not expect the show to be as much fun as it has been. "I was really dreading it at first because I don't want to tell anybody they suck," the country star said. "I passed on it years ago when it first came over from Holland, and I said, I can't tell somebody, don't give up your day job. I'm not gonna do that. But the way we did it the first time I was on The Voice, it was more helpful and encouraging." McEntire has previously worked with rap icon Snoop Dogg, Irish heartthrob Niall Horan, and Canadian crooner Michael Bublé on The Voice and knows firsthand that the Season 28 coaches are a nice bunch. "We're nice people," McEntire said. "We encourage. We lift up." Reba McEntire has been a household name for decades, a red-headed powerhouse with a voice that could move mountains and a laugh that could light up a room. But as she recently celebrated her 70th birthday, the country legend has a new reason to smile, one that goes deeper than chart-topping hits or standing ovations. In her own words, "This is the happiest I've ever been." Speaking exclusively in an intimate sit-down interview in Nashville, Reba opened up about what's behind this newfound joy, and it has everything to do with love, self-acceptance, family, and finally living life on her own terms. A milestone birthday with meaning. On March 28, Reba turned 70, a milestone she never feared but rather embraced with open arms. "Aging is a gift," she said with a warm smile. "Every wrinkle, every gray hair, they all tell a story. And I've got a lot of stories. Her birthday celebration was a far cry from the Hollywood-style blowouts many stars indulge in. Instead, Reba chose to spend the day on her Tennessee ranch, surrounded by her longtime partner Rex Lynn, her son Shelby, and a few close friends. "We had a bonfire, some guitars, and a lot of laughter," she shared. "I couldn't have asked for anything more." The power of love later in life. A big part of Reba's happiness stems from her relationship with actor Rex Lynn. The couple, who first met in the early 90s but reconnected during the pandemic, had become one of country music's most beloved pairs. Their chemistry is effortless, and Reba credits him with reminding her that love doesn't have an expiration date. "When I was younger, I thought I had to prove myself, be everything to everyone. But with Rex, I can just be Reba," she said, her voice softening. "We laugh every single day. He supports me, challenges me, and never tries to dim my light. That kind of love is rare, and I'm so grateful I found it, even if it took 70 years. Letting go of perfection. Reba admitted that her 30s and 40s were filled with self-doubt and pressure to keep up appearances. Between the relentless touring, her television commitments, and being a mother, she rarely gave herself space to just breathe. "I used to think happiness came from being busy, the more shows, the more albums, the more everything. But I've learned that sometimes, happiness is sitting on the porch with a cup of coffee and watching the sunrise," she said. Reba shared that turning 70 has given her permission to let go of perfection. "I don't need to please everybody anymore," she said with a grin. "I just need to please me, and the people I love." Reconnecting with her roots. One of the biggest joys in Reba's life right now is being back on her ranch in Oklahoma and spending more time in nature. "The ranch grounds me. It reminds me of who I am and where I came from," she explained. She's even begun writing songs again, not necessarily for a new album, but for the pure joy of it. "Sometimes I'll just sit out by the barn with my guitar and see what comes. Some of it's sad, some of it's funny. But it's all honest." Reba is also reconnecting with her faith, which she calls her anchor. She starts every day with prayer and quiet reflection. "I've always leaned on God, but now I feel Him walking right beside me more than ever," she said. An unexpected TV chapter. Though many might consider slowing down at 70, Reba's energy hasn't waned one bit. She recently completed her first season as a coach on The Voice, a move she says has been unexpectedly fulfilling. "Watching these young singers chase their dreams reminds me of myself at their age. I see their fire and it reignites mine," she said. And while the pressure of a live competition show could have been overwhelming, Reba said it actually brought her peace. "It's not about competing. It's about connecting, mentoring, and encouraging. That's what fills my cup now." Family first. Reba's heart swells when she talks about her son, Shelby. "He's grown into a man I'm so proud of," she said. "He's kind, he's grounded, and he's got that same sparkle in his eye that his mama does." She's also enjoying being Aunt Reba to her extended family and has been spending more time organizing family get-togethers. "Nothing beats Sunday supper with the people who know you best," she said. Gratitude above all. Reba says the biggest reason she's so happy at 70 is gratitude. "I wake up every morning, and I thank the Lord for another day," she said. "That's the key, gratitude. It changes everything." She's grateful for her career, for the fans who've stood by her through every album and heartbreak. She's grateful for the challenges that shaped her, and for the peace that's now replaced chaos. Most of all, she's grateful to still be standing, and smiling. "I've lived a lot of life," she said. "I've had high highs and low lows. But where I am now, this is the sweet spot. I'm not chasing anymore. I'm just living." What's next for Reba? While she's not making promises, Reba hinted that new music isn't off the table. She's also been in talks for a possible return to sitcom television and is considering producing a docuseries about her life and legacy. But more than anything, she wants to keep spreading joy. "Whether it's through music, mentoring, or just being kind to the person in front of me, I want to leave people better than I found them." And with that signature Reba sparkle, she added, "I may be 70, but honey, I'm just getting started."